they're lights out right now. I just love watching our defense play right now.
They have given up 172 points in 11 contests this season, but even more impressively, Hannibal has allowed opponents just 9 points per game on average since week number 4.
We knew that we had some kids that could play, but they just lacked the experience, you know. And we kind of knew going into the season we were going to take a couple little thumps and it was going to take us a little bit to really gain some confidence. But, you know, our guys are really playing with a ton of confidence. They're playing, you know, they understand the scheme. You know, they're really just playing on reaction. And when you can get your kids to play on reaction with the type of team speed that we have, you know, it really helps out because we got some kids that can flat out run. I'm talking from the front to the back. So as soon as, you know, making sure they're all lined up right and all that stuff and understanding what their responsibilities are, they're free to let loose and go nuts, and they're having fun doing it.
A growth spurt made more impressive by them doing so absent a pair of expected All-State caliber pillars for much of this fall.
And not just on the field, but in the locker room too, you know. We lose some senior guys on defense, and Owen Andrews and you know, Kane at the beginning of the year, and you know that can really hurt you in the run game.
And by the number of new faces making huge splashes within this enterprise.
Our linebackers and, you know, Trey Hoskins at defensive line, they really understood what they had to fill, the shoes they had to fill. You know, and they came in and put the work in.
I've always known that we could be special and that we would get to that caliber someday, but it's all about putting all the pieces together and coming together as a team on a defense and really going to the caliber that we think that we can be.
Linebacker play has been as big a tipping point here as any, with Dylan Bock methodically growing his game to fill some All-State shoes at the heart of it all.
Last year I came in the third or fourth game as a starter, and I just kind of came under the wing of Ashton Watts. And since then, I've just took that and ran with it this year, just upping my game and being the best that I can be.
And his steady play has opened the door for a trio of risen edge talents to thrive.
You know, our linebacking core is pretty darn stout right now. You know, those kids, I couldn't be more proud of them, couldn't be more proud of our linebacker coaches. And when you let the speed of McAfee and Sharkey and Bach just be able to read the line, be able to read the backfield and get to the ball, they're going to make plays.
It has worked out so well because me and Sharkey and Kaysen all know our responsibilities and with coming off the edge and who's got who in certain plays. Yeah, I mean, he's quicker. He can get to certain spots faster than I can. He goes off the edge, and I'm more of a sit in the middle, watch the play develop, and get there in the most effective way that I can.
We know that coming into the season, the type of kids that we have at linebacker and how much we need to ask out of them because they're smart guys. You know, they're students of the game. You know, they're on film, they're watching film all the time. They have a good understanding of what they're going to see from the offense. So then really it's just a case of really practicing all of our defensive schemes and what we have to do defensively because they already have an understanding of what they're going to see on offense. So by being able to do that, being students of the game, and you combine that with the athleticism that they have.
None of which likely happens, of course, without a veteran line leading the way, led by a now healthy Kane Wilson and All-State anchor Trenton Cowden, a group holding this thing together through both thick and thin.
And when you put some good linebackers back there with the defensive line that we have, they're able to run. You know, because, you know, Trent Cowden, Kane, Ryan Ross, those guys could take up a handful of linemen. You know, it's going to take a full offensive line to block those guys.
Oh, yeah, of course. Having all my seniors and big dudes in front of me helps me read the guards better and helps me get to the tackles faster, and especially with sacks, getting back to the QB, it always helps.
A combination of circumstances which sets up Hannibal to make a run at a district title at home, as luck and happenstance would have it, against a gritty Warrenton squad.
Oh yeah, that means the world. I mean, we got all of our fans here. I guarantee you it's going to be packed for the district championship game, and hopefully we can come out with a win in front of all of our fans.
But, you know, it is nice to be in front of a good home crowd, you know, and especially with everybody looking at those seedings all week long, you know, you know, it's nice playing that championship game, which is what we expected at the beginning of the year. Yeah, they can play. I mean, a lot of the same guys they've had the past couple of years, but boy, you can tell they've had a great offseason. I mean, they're a bunch of good-looking kids. They play hard. They play as a team. They get excited for each other. You know, they're a dangerous group right now.